Colors are blended.
No sé si me están escuchando, pero estoy probando el audio. Si no ven nada en la pantalla, no se deben de preocupar. Es que ahora mismo estoy bregando con esto de la transmisión. A ver. Es que está fallando. Por favor, esperen un momento a ver, porque estoy verificando en buenas cosas. No sé por qué rayos me está fallando. Vamos a ver acá. Yo imagino que tienen que estar peleando o algo así, porque fue. No estoy leyendo los comentarios por si acaso, ya mismo los leo, porque actualmente no estoy en la aplicación de YouTube. Mira aquí. Vamos a ver si me deja abrir. Porque fíjate, pero me está fallando de verdad. Ay, pero ¿por qué me está fallando mucho? Tienen que estar ahí quejándose ahora mismo, que mierda. Ok, estoy leyendo los chats ahora mismo y me dicen Guillermo Sebastián, yo también lo estoy mirando desde la página y está igual, amigos, está todo negro. Vaya la redundancia. Ay, Dios santo. Vamos a eliminar esto. Entonces voy a verificar otra vez una de las páginas que me habían recomendado, pero que no sé por qué razón no me está funcionando. A ver si me aparece por aquí. No, no me aparece. Caramba. Ok, ahora se supone que me aparezca por aquí. No, no me aparece el link ya. No sé, ahorita me aparecía nomás bien. Ah, mírala ahí. A ver si es ese. Ok, lo tengo aquí. Vamos a ver si me deja abrir. Y al parecer me está...
Colors are blended, balanced, and refreshing to the eye. Animations are fundamental to UI design. Good animations direct attention and help you clearly understand what's important at that very moment. It is an experience that should be enjoyable, intuitive, and natural. The golden ratio of design and technology, where both are in complete harmony. MIUI 8, redesigned for a whole new experience.
По мне, это инновационный смартфон.
وانا بحب جدا موبايل مي ميكس علشان هو شاشته كبيره.
gusta del Mi Mix es el acabado en cerámica que tiene.
Mình cảm thấy ấn tượng nhất là ở phần thiết kế màn hình gần như là không bền.
เรารู้สึกว่า Mi Mix มันค่อนข้าง
Ya tenemos como tal la señal de la presentación de Xiaomi y les voy a dejar con la presentación. Lo están traduciendo en inglés, así que vamos a ver cómo va.
Not only in China, in Indonesia and India, but also in every of our other market, and we received very good feedback from our Mi fans, and this is the journey that will continue to embark on the future. And in the past 4 years, Mi also has established a complete ecosystem featuring different types of products. Many of them became hit products in China and in other markets. Some of them became the top 1 products, and here I would like to introduce to you the Mi Notebook Air, which was launched last July. It is equipped with a dedicated graphic cards and is ultra slim. And after it was launched, it was very well received, and very soon it ranked top among all the slim notebooks in China. And today, we would like to launch a notebook, and that is Mi Notebook Pro.
是小米笔记本 Pro。我们首先的
Mi Notebook Pro. Start with its configurations.
它配置了第8代
It has the 8th generation Intel Core i7 processor. Probably you, just like me,
电脑使用的处理器呢没有那么了
are
解。
not experts about processors that notebooks use. first batch in the world. And also it is a quad-core 8-thread processor, and it can reach 4.0 gigahertz. And compared with the 7th generation, the performance is 40% more powerful. And to maximize the good performance, we need a good cooling system. Without good heat dissipation, the performance will be undermined. That is why we designed a special cooling system. Let's take a look. We expanded the fans, so now we have symmetrically distributed dual fans, and we also have a extra large heat pipe and heat sink. So we worked very hard on the materials for the cooling system. And also, it is a symmetrical cooling system design. We have a double inbound and outbound airflow. And outbound airflow is increased by 40%. And now let's take a look at the surface temperature. The temperature is evenly distributed and maintained at a reasonable level. And look at the traditional laptops heating system to the left. When you play games, the ASDL keys usually get overheated because you type those four keys a lot, and you can feel the temperature on your fingertips. But look at a Mi notebook to the right. The heat distribution is much more even. And for a good notebook, it needs performance, a good cooling system, but what else does it need? Well, as I said, we have a dedicated graphics card. After professional recalibration, we got very good ratings. And also, it has a dual-channeled RAM, as well as high-speed solid-state disk. And our high-speed SSD is as large as 256 gigabytes. You can also expand storage if that's not enough for you, because we have reserved SSD expansion slots. So it is a professional notebook with great performance, but how can I convince you how good it is? Let's make some comparisons. We always like to look at the leaders in the industry. So that's the latest MacBook Pro, which sells at 18,808 RMB. So let's make a comparison. And you don't have a problem with that, right? Because lots of engineers and architects in my company love MacBook Pro. That's why when we designed our products, we looked at the design of MacBook Pro. And please watch a video clip.
怎么样，小米笔记本？
So, how do you like it?
能够
It's very awesome, and that's why we call it a powerful notebook, and that's the Mi Note Pro. Let's look at its appearance. It's minimalistic design, and the color is dark gray. Let's open it, and let's look at its forefront appearance. Very beautiful.
整个笔记本的屏幕呢是15.6寸屏，
It is a 15.6-inch screen, weighs 1.95 kilograms. It looks really huge and is highly professional. The weight is really appropriate.
无论你是放在膝盖上用，
Whether you put it on your lap or you took it by one hand, it makes your hands comfortable.
这个笔记本的话呢，我们是用的超窄面屏，
We are using
这
a
个
quite narrow
整个边框呢
bezel.
9.52毫
It is already 6.52 millimeters. It's quite narrow
笔记本呢，
because we know that to provide wide screen, it looks quite delicate.
并且使用了康米第
Apart
三
from
代
that,
的
we're
大
using
尺
third
寸。
generation of Corning Gorilla
可能这
Glass.
个在手机上不算什么，但是在这
It
么
is
大屏的
widely
笔记本上，
recognized and applied in smartphones. However,
能够使用康米第三代
in the pad, in the
来结合
notebook,
的人不是很多。
it's really a rare case for us to apply and
据我了解
carry
的
out
话
application of the Corning third generation of the Gorilla Glass. Only Apple did this before.
这一代的笔记本呢，我们也配了指纹键
We're，also using fingerprint unlocking sensor.
而且呢，使用了镁合金的
And we're using the magnesium alloy frame, which will double rigidity.
基本的，我们希望
In such a huge notebook,
这个使用了镁
the very important purpose is to improve its strength.
这个强度的这个体现呢，
And we have some data for you.
测试
To reach that objective, we did
测试的
a violence test. We're not going to put it on the floor, or we can have a truck to run it over. This looks quite violent enough or not? My employees helped me to finish the experiment by using a knife bolt to run my laptop over. And I'm very lucky to share it with you. The performance is well maintained, but don't comment. The take-home message for you is to produce such a professional notebook, we have to maintain its strength or rigidity. As a professional supplier, we care very much on the details. What kind of details? The first is the keyboard.
这件事情对笔记本电脑来说非常重要，
Keyboard should be prioritized when we're making or designing a notebook.
因为用笔记本电脑的人每天都需要
Every day, we spend a long time on the keyboard. We know that as long as you put a lot of efforts, even a very wide iron bar will be turning into the needles. Be you are a CS player, a Warcraft player, or even designer, the keyboard will be receiving a lot of problems. You see that to find out the words. When I was young, we spent 15 to 16 hours per day to do programming, and we are really efficient typing out. Remember that one of my colleagues used only 2 fingers to blur the characters or words on the keyboards. On each 6 months, he will be changing for a new keyboard. So I had one requirement. You are going to bring me a perfect keyboard. I'm going to check the result now. This is a black lead keyboard. Not too much of the miracles. Let's compare the MacBook Pro. We have a 90% larger keyboard area. This will increase the comfort and ergonomics. It looks very big. The full-sized keyboard is maintaining more functional keys to give you more choices. For the navigation characters and character keys, we know that those could be damaged quite easily. For those keys, we gave you a concave level advance of 0.3 millimeters. Specifically, it could be called as the customized concave keycaps. I did try this. It will help me to move my fingers onto the character keys, and we are going to choose the right one. We are doing this quite fast. The small details will make us more efficient and more concise. This is very unique. In this light notebook, the travel is 1.5 millimeters, while the MacBook Pro remains 0.6 millimeter. We have to give enough spacing towards those keys. We know that based on this very special design, you are going to have great clicks. You are going to be more efficient. It seems to me that you are using the mechanic keyboard. The tip is, we give more space to the travels, to the keyboard. The next is a port. If you are a fan of the MacBook Pro, you have to take a bag and get a lot of accessories to provide different ports. As a designer, we know clear. We have to give you all the regular options. Now let's have a look. On the top hand, it is our design. We support 5 types of the ports. The 3-in-1 3D card reader, and the 2 USB-C port, USB or functional USB-C port. Let's have a look at the MacBook Pro. It contains and supports 4 different types of ports. My colleagues who are using the MacBook Pro are quite busy in finding different ports. This gave me something to ponder on. I'm going to give you all. It might be neglected. However, it's going to save you a lot of time and efforts. We also have a lot of good experiences for you. I'm not going to elaborate on them one by one. Just have a look. Just like the faster charging, the weight, and the touchpad, we did a lot of innovations. Another video for you.
创造，实行设想。我们天生拥有最强大的工具，如何让它变得更强？这是全新的小米笔记本 Pro， 一款高性能的专业笔记本。它搭载了第8代英特尔酷睿处理器，性能超过上一代40%。配合专业级调教的 NVIDIA 独立显卡和双通道大内存，不论大型3D 渲染，还是视频编码，都游刃有余。加大号的散热系统，确保性能极致发挥。小米笔记本 Pro 全金属强化机身，内置镁合金骨架，一整块钢化玻璃之下是15.6寸全高清大屏，整机强度和抗冲击力全面提升。我们采用全 贴合手指型。1.5回弹更好，长时间进入，减少双手的疲劳感。更专业的指纹解锁触控板，更丰富的专业接口。哈曼 Infinity 定制扬声器，与杜比全景声技术全面配合你的专业需求，为更专业的创造力而生。这就是全新的小米笔记本 Pro， 更强悍的专业笔记本。
那么像这么强悍的
Now it's time for us to review the price for you, as we are having such a great Pro.
主要对标了两款，一款
This is a price list for two of our competitors, MacBook Pro 2017 and ThinkPad T570. Here are all the key parameters. They are using the 7th quad-core.
我们是用的第
We are using the 8th quad-core processors.
的话呢，
For the memory or the RAM, they are using 16GB and 8GB perspective, while we are using 16GB DDR4. For the hardware, MacBook Pro choose 258GB PCL SSD, while we are opting for
这个配置的是
the PCLE SSD.
这个
We stand out among the three. The price 18,000 plus for MacBook. The other is over 9,000. But here's the price.
我们卖6900。
6,999 yuan.
整个小米做产品的方向呢，就是
We know that
我们在做产品
with Xiaomi,
就最好的产品。
we are targeting the best models from the global market. We will spend no efforts to outperform them, but we will have half of their price. That is our vision for our customers. If you want to reduce the price a little bit,
有两款呢，也有
we have two more options for you. They're also good for the 8th Intel Core. The one is 6,399. The third is 599. We have three options. The price is ranging from 5,599 to 6,999.
这就是我们今天发布的小米苹果。
And this is a Pro 15.6 inch.
好，
Now let's move to the next.
去年的10月25号的，
We know that
发布的小米
on 25th November 2016, we launched the Mix, the concept smartphone.
去年年底我们打破
By
了
the end of 2016, we covered over dozens of the walls,
还震撼
and we have bewitched the new media community.
说实话，我觉得震撼媒体圈
Honestly speaking, it's not that a hard job to astonish the media community, but I'm more a fan for surprise my colleagues, my competitors.
俗话说的行是冤家，
We know that
所以呢，
we're doing smartphones
产品呢主要是找缺点为主。
and we are finding faults.
小米 Mix 发布以后呢，
As we
让我觉
launched
得非常非常惊
Mi
讶，
Mix,
居然有
I
行是这么
received a lot of good news.
说
Some of my competitors told me it was
在
amazing.
整个行业持续前进
The
的过程
industry is going ahead.
一些有追求、
We
有
need
实
to
力的
find some companies
领先走
who
这一
did the pioneering job. They are paying homage to us.
看到这个评论的时候呢，的确让我有点想，
It moved me.
我觉得得到
I felt quite excited
得到同行的
because it is a recognition from our competitors.
是得到智慧的。
Quoted from Mr. Luo Yuhao, a live show moderator.
这是罗永浩罗老师的评价。我相信呢，其他的同行一定也有同样的感受，只是
Some of my colleagues share the opinion, but they are too shy to tell me the truth.
3个月的话呢，就是这一款作品获得了
Here comes
IDA
the IDA Gold Award. IDEA is a prestigious competition. We are getting a lot of awards.
Last year we won a lot of awards in design, and we actually have pocketed in 3 major design awards: the Red Dots, the IF, and now the IDEA Gold Award. So what is IDEA Gold Award? Well, the IDEA Award is jointly launched by the Industrial Designer Society of America and Business Week. Well, they mostly give awards to innovative design. Well, in its 37 years of history, only 12 smartphones have won the awards. Think about it, in the history of 37 years. In less than 3 decades, smartphones started to prosper, but tens of thousands of phones have been launched, and only 17 of them won the awards. And even for Apple, only iPhone 1 won the Gold Award of IDEA. That is why the IDEA Gold Award for me is definitely a milestone. And also, on the 1st of September, the Mi Mix was officially added to the collection of the Design Museum in Finland. The Design Museum in Finland is a world-renowned museum, which is also very influential in the designers community. I was very surprised that they added us to our collection, and also we received a comment from the curator, and the curator said the mix is pointing out the future design of smartphones, and Mi Phone itself is a milestone that will light the way and lead the way for other smartphones, and that is definitely a very, very high compliment. So after we hear the reviews from our peers and from experts and designers, and now let's hear how our fans comment on our phones. What will the future phones be like? Let's try to light up the screen. I was there when Mix was launched. I was very surprised when over 20 million pixels were lit at the same time. I felt like it was a phone from the future. And the crowd went silent. All of a sudden, they bursted into a big wow. Mi completely changed our understanding of smartphones. I've never seen a phone like this before. It's really awesome. And Mi is the first phone that can mass produce such a phone. And that in the tech world was a great bomb. And that is a phone from the future. And I think it's a smartphone in our dreams. And in the market, we have never seen a phone like this. And every time I take out my Mi phone, all my friends are like, oh, let me take a look. And when you play phones, such as the King of Glory, with Mi phone, it's like the valley is right in front of you. And I think Mi is the truly first phone that have realized the full screen display, and also it delivers a very big visual shock. And everywhere I go, when I take out my Mi phone, I attract all the attention in the room, and I think that phone marks a milestone in history, and Mi has made great contributions to the industry, and of course Mi has taken a lot of risks. So I think Mi is more mature now. It seems to be just industrial design, but there are a lot of efforts behind it, and Mi created a new era for the full screen display, and it is leading the trend. Very impressive. And after iPhone was launched, it seems like all the smartphones looked the same, but Mi broke that norm and jumped out of the box. And when we look at the full screen display, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, that's what phones are going to be like. Smaller? Probably I would like your future phones to be a little bit smaller, not that small. Snapdragon 835 is going to improve the overall performance. I would like it to be more solid, and I want the cameras to upgrade, and I want more privacy. When I see me for the first time, wow, that's mixed too. Wow. This is mixed too. Oh my god. Really big improvement on the cameras, and this is the ideal size for me. And all the problems mix one had are gone. It was really nice, very big screen. The hand feel is great, and it seems like it's much lighter than Mix. It's crazy, and it's very detailed, and the hand feel is like jade, very warm and sleek. I'll give it 95 out of 100. I'll give it a 98. I'll give it 99 out of 100, and I think full mark 100. Seems like the phone is truly a very big upgrade from Mix, and I'm touched. On the 6th of September, we lit up the landmarks in 9 cities, and that was the biggest news in WeChat Moments. And now we're launching Mix 2 today, and the start of the day will be launched now officially. So Mix 2, it's a full display, full screen display 2.0. Last year we broke the boundary of 16 by 9 by making it 17 by 9, but this year we went one step further. Our Mix 2's full screen display is 18 by 9, and compared to 16 by 9, the surface is 12.5% larger. And so this is a Mix 2. Let's light up the screen. Very good feel. Wide screen that gives you spectacular pictures. Star night, desert. Look how vast it feels. And the grassland. Take a closer look. The marketing department told me this is grassland, but thanks to Mix 2, I can take a closer look and see the details and realize this is a wheat field instead of grassland. And I was thinking, thank God it's Mix 2. I can see the details. Otherwise, I would make a fool out of myself. So that is wheat field. Okay, so full screen display 2.0. What technological breakthroughs do it contain? Let's look at the history of phone screens over the years. Well, the screen got larger and larger and larger, and now it's just a phone that's made of a glass screen, and that's where we're headed to. So when we designed the full screen display, our goal is to make sure that the forehead stays the same, but at the same time narrow the chin. How can we design an even narrower chin? Well, now let's look at the 3 key factors that affect the size of the chin. And the first one is after we place the cameras after we change the place of the cameras, we need to minimize the size of the cameras without undermining the quality of the pictures. Well, to that end, the cost of manufacturing the cameras increased greatly. So we shortened the camera size by 1.5 millimeters. And the second factor, well, you often only see the screen, but under the screen we have a display chips and the chipset driver package, which actually takes a relatively large space. Well, 2 to 3 years ago, we came up with a lot of ideas on how to minimize the space that the driver package takes, and we wanted to put it onto the back of the screen so that we can have a smaller chin. And when we designed Mix 2, we used a technology named COF, and which means chip on film. So we can place the driver package onto the backside of the screen so that we can narrow the chin by another 0.1 millimeter. And this area is also the clearance space for the antenna. Well, this time we used a new technology that helped to narrow the space by another 1.3 milliliters. Well, we combined all these technologies together, and in the end, we shortened and shrunk the chin size by 12%. And in the future, we want the front side of the phone to be completely just a screen, and we used a hidden speaker and proximity sensor. And so, actually, the speaker we use is a traditional speaker, which is combined with a sound-guided speaker. And for the proximity sensor, we used the first generation ultrasonic proximity sensor. And so these are the technological breakthroughs in Mix 2. And now you see that the front surface of the phone is more and more like one-piece glass. And now we also have the rounded corners and the COF technology and minimized front cameras, as well as the active antenna tuning solution. And I think in the future, we will go even further than this. So the 18:9 full screen display brought great user experience. And when you read news on the phone, you see more content because the screen is much larger. And when you use GPS, you have a wider view. And when you play games, the scenes look more vivid and you see more items than other players. And these user experiences are spectacular. And for the technology itself, is it really easy? Well, we came up with this idea in 2016 for the first time, and we had a lot of trials and errors. And it's been 3.5 years now. I would like to tell you the story, which was instrumental to the technology of full screen display. Well, which was a story about just convincing Google to give up the limit of a smartphone of 216 to 9. That was a big deal for smartphone manufacturers because now for Android phones, to standardize the user experience, Google set the CDD standards for the design of smartphones. So it's a design standards that can make sure that the user experience of all Android phones are the same. It also helps to make sure that Android app developers can develop apps that can use on all Android platforms. So maybe it looks easy, but it's not very friendly to the manufacturers. So we need to get the verification from CDD, and then we can develop our Android system. So in the Android system standards, the screen ratio screen-to-body ratio must be 16 by 9. But in 2014 and 2015, we made a prototype and talked to Google for the first time. And that took us about 6 months. To be honest, we tried our best to convince Google. And then 6 months later, we received an email and Google told us no.
What we are going to do? Mix will never be made in you. I believe that it is a great trend for all the technology suppliers, but if you failed to convince Google, you're not going to have your product get launched. A couple of key technician presidents sat with me in August of last year. Over the past 2.5 years, we decided to almost give it up. Without successful talking to Google, we're not going to make it happen. However, I have a strong feeling that Google is a company focuses on the customer experience, and we still have new opportunities. Last September, we have our SVP with the prototype to give Google a road show with explanations on the trains. Gradually, we successfully convinced the top officials from Google. They led us to do what we are going to do. And here comes the email they gave us as an official recognition. They did congratulate the exciting product we produced. They are in the full support for us to produce the smartphones with round corner, the round angles with larger aspect. In less than 2 weeks, Google forwarded a letter, email to all of us. The product team made the final decision. The aspect is of good possibility, and you are going to give us the round angle design. It looks much better. When all the screen angle is all the vertical, horizontal. It's not going to be that soft and beautiful. So we decided to turn the screen with the round angles. We did it. On 8th November 2016, Android 17 CCD was successfully updated. It is stipulated there's no restriction to the screen aspect ratio. On 27th March of this year, Google made clear in the Android developers blog, it is about to update your app to take advantage of the larger aspect ratio. Xiaomi Mix, LG G6, Samsung S8 were included. It looks quite simple for the customers. However, before we launch our product today, we take quite a long time until we finish our aspect. It's about the modification of a mature standard. It's really unimaginable for how much effort we put in. Today, 18 to 9 aspect could be a standard for all the suppliers, but don't forget who was the pioneer. Over the year, we launched the concept of the full display screen, and some competitors claimed they did it before. I didn't care who did it first. I didn't care who was the inventor. What concerns me a lot is who is going to provide a better experience. However, when time permitted, I did a literature review and identified my role in presenting the concept of full-size screen. I also did a discussion with Ali. This term might not be accepted by our potential clients, but gradually I realized this term or this terminology was widely accepted. As a pioneer, I feel quite lucky and comfortable. Now we're in the leading position to lead the trend of.
我们再看到全面屏手机的时候呢，今天有几种流派。
Today we have different schools.
比如说
We might say
像
this.
手上的旗舰，
My
其实
competitor is issuing the flagship design.
上面
They are maintaining the earphone sensors cameras while narrowing the forehead, but we are in a different way.
完全去掉，
We
这
get
是
rid
两
of
个不同的设计方
the
向。
foreheads, and we are marching on two directions. And we have the third alternative choice. In the middle of the screen, they did a
3
hole.
年前也想，
Back in 3
其
years,
实圆角就
we thought it over.
这个
We were also the first supplier to launch the round angles.
觉得整个屏幕显示不够
However,
大，我觉得这是3
we
种
want
完
to
全不同的
push
技术流
on
派。
and forward.
我们放大看一下，
It might be 3 different trains of 3 different schools. Which one do you prefer?
我觉得整个全面屏的技术方向呢，在未来的几年里
In the foreseeable
大家可能
future,
会并行很长一阵子，直到一
the 3 models will be working together until finally 2 of the designs will be eradicated.
有在屏幕上开，
We might do in the first approach to narrow the forehead, or the second, get a hole in the mid, and thirdly, we almost eradicate the forehead.
我们也反复讨论 Mix 2的设计的时候呢，还是选择了按 Mix 1代的
Among
模式
the
来做。
discussions, we followed the first generation
谈到
of
这
mix.
个问题，消费者会更喜欢哪款全面
Which one do you prefer?
说实
As a
话，
client,
我对小米 Mix 2还是非常有信心。
I have a lot of
我们就
confidence
看明天苹
for
果
my
的发布
product, and I'm going to wait for the Apple's launch tomorrow.
谈到这3种不同的全面屏的比
You
较
have
的话
3 types of
网
both
上有
sides
一个
screens.
的漫画，
Online,
看一次笑一次。
I read a very
后来我
interesting
发短信
comic
上
book.
跟这个作者联系以后，
I talked to my
大家一
colleague
起来看一下。
to quote some of his words and photos.
我觉得这张漫画呢，非常形象的讲了3种技术流
It's
派
very
的差
funny
异。
to give us an elaborated script of the differences among the 3. Mix is wearing the
S8 呢，就是
stomach. The
上
S8
有额头，下面有胡子。
is getting a scar.
然后呢，据说苹果呢，就是修
It
了
is
过3
estimated iPhone is getting the long beard.
当然，我昨天在看的时候，好像3个都不怎么好看。
It looks not as handsome as
当
I
然，而
expected.
示意图啊，
That just for your reference, I do appreciate the author.
使用了他的
Thank you for his support.
这个他的名字叫艾
His name is Ai Bin Yuzhou.
Mix 1代呢是一款概念
In
手
the
机，
first generation, we provided a concept smartphone, and we are larging the screen as much as possible. The purpose is to give you a great
说
sense
实话呢，
of
也
astonishment. However, we heard some rumors. It's
那么
not
在
good.
设计 Mix 2的时候，
For the
当时
hands
建议设计的就是
The so-called hand feel. At the second generation, we're going to provide you a great product with superb hand feel.
那到底怎么做呢？我们选了5.99寸屏，
5.99 inch is of our option, almost 6
5.99寸
inches.
觉得大吗？
How do you find it? Big or
很多人听到
appropriate?
5.99寸的时候，第一反应就觉得是大。
5.99 sounds quite big,
各位要重新更新一
but
下你们的
please hold for a sec.
理解。它和 Mix 6.4
Compared
寸
to
比呢，
Mix
机身小了
6.4, it is 11.9% smaller in the body, 2.5% thinner,
可能这个还不足以
11.5%
建立你的
lighter.
感受的话呢，它相当于超窄面的
As a wrap-up
5.99寸的传统手机。
It's quite similar to
我们
the
找一部 iPhone 7
typical
Plus 比一比的话，它
iPhone.
整个比 iPhone 7 Plus 小一整圈。
Compared to 7 Plus of iPhone, is 7% smaller.
大家理解的 Mix 2是一种什么样的感受吗？
Mix 2
它
will
实
be
际上
giving
是
you
超窄面的
superb feeling.
因为我们原
It
来的屏
is
幕尺寸
the
是
5.5-inch smartphone with narrow
更
bezels.
新你的认识。
Where to update
因为
our
你在乎的
understanding.
其实是手机的宽度。
We care about the
然后
width
在
of
这里
the
的话，我们再
smartphone.
科普一下， 5.99寸
5.99 inch full screen size is equivalent of the 5.5 inch typical smartphone.
18:9的全面屏的 5.7 寸
18:9 full screen is also equivalent of the typical
5.5 寸的尺寸大概像
16:9 smartphone.
大小，所以呢，我们还需要花点时间科普
We need to spend some time to educate
大小的感
our
受。
clients.
那这里我介绍完以后，大家就理解了。
But now you must be having that feeling. It's not that big as you expect.
那外观
Here comes the appearance or the design of the smartphone.
18:9非常宽广的视野，
18:9 will give you great vision.
然后超薄的金属边框，
Ultra thin frame in metal.
尤其是黑色版，前面是
Super
一体
black
黑的。
in color will be giving you a great aesthetic feeling.
在这一次，为了把它做到一体黑，
To
我
give
们
you
甚
the
至
complete
在
black
相机
sense.
膜上用了 Short
When we
Black
are plating the camera, we are using the super black lens
其实这
coating.
个技术挺难的，
It's really
所以整
a
个
tough tech.
非常的完
You
整，
take it off,
漂亮。
it looks like a whole piece.
然后整个后盖呢是
Here comes
四曲面的陶瓷机身，
The ceramic body with concave, with
然后
curve.
相机的装饰环呢还是用了
And we
18
are using the 18K plated gold.
然后这是前后的组合图，
And here comes the composition photo for the rear part and front part. Using 7 series aluminum frame provides you the light and strong feeling. Here comes
做一
performance.
款旗舰机型，它用的是骁龙
We are
83，
using the Snapdragon 835.
几周前呢，我参加了
Weeks
高
ago,
通
I
内部的一个会议
attended
这是他们
a conference
PPT 啊，
and I get one of the slides, which was really striking.
是这么讲的，骁龙800系列呢，从诞生开始是累积
Snapdragon
小米
800
占了高
series
中国区出货量的6%，
Is seeing 66%
结论是
of
什么
the
呢？
shipment
是
in
没有
China
小米，就有
without
骁龙800
Xiaomi.
和旗舰机。
The Snapdragon 800 or
看
any
到这个
other
的时候，我
flagship
才觉得
smartphone should never
小米
be
原来是很
materialized.
大的事情，
We are
推动
making
了整个
contribution
中国旗舰机的发展。
to the flagship
因为高通的
smartphone
800
in
系
China.
列旗舰
We
机
know that
在
the
中国从诞生以来，
800
小米
chips
一家占了66%。如果
are
没有小米
frequently
这一台，
consumed
可
by
能不会
other
有
brands,
手机的配置会差。
66%. Without our effort, you are not going to have such strong performing smartphones.
高通把这
The
个
Korean
不会得罪友商
is sharing us with the fact. But I hope that they're not going to anger the rest of the market.
大家就理解了，小米在
But we have to line up to the fact. We did a lot to improve the evolvement of the whole industry. The next is about
拍照呢，小米
taking photos.
用了旗舰机的
While
拍
using
照
the
方
flagship
法。
level photo taking skills. 1.25 UMI big pixels is chosen
第二个的话呢，用了4种
with
光学防抖，
the anti-shake optical
相同的主摄方案，
technologies.
非常出色。
It looks really bizarre compared to the first generation, compared to the protocol and concept design. The Mix 2 is a real flagship smartphone. The color, the details, and the sharp contrast are obvious. Here are some of these sample photos. Looks gorgeous.
是拍的北京
It was taken at the Forbidden City watchtower. We also went to Taiwan to get stab at the
也拍了
palace. And here's the 101 tower in Taipei.
他们还去纽约
We
的
went to New York to have a bird view of the Manhattan.
这个非常有大片的即视感。
It's like we are watching
所以
a big
这一
movie,
次的
a
小米
blockbuster.
画质
Here
相
comes
机得
the
到
texture of the mixture.
好，我们再来看体验。
What about the experience?
这是 Mix 一代概念手机呢，
At the first
大家
generation,
比较多的。
we received a lot of complaints about the dialogue.
黑科技
But now,
才会向黑科技，
please remember the breakthrough we did.
有一些小的不足。
It contains advantages and disadvantages. When did Mix 2 as a flagship smartphone? The quality of communication, of making call, should be prioritized. At the first generation, we're using the cantilever, piezoelectric, symmetric acoustic technology. The sound resonates through the metal frame and is delivered through the screen. This tech is superb. However, when you are making calls, the smartphone should never be giving you good privacy. The person who is closing to you will hear what you are talking about. In the concept smartphone, we will take all disruptive technologies, while with the defects, our team is moving ahead, and we are in the hope of getting rid of the privacy issue. And the second generation, we are thinking about using mature acoustic technologies.
So what's the solution? We moved up the speaker higher and higher, and we made a guided tube next to it. We used the traditional sound unit, but it's minimized. So we used a mini power speaker, and the speaker is of high power, and then we used a sound guiding tube, which delivers the same sound quality as a traditional system. But when you look at the phone, it's like the speakers have disappeared, and that has required a lot of efforts of our designers. And apart from that optimization, we optimized the phone design for the business professionals. And one of the great services we provide is global bands. We provide global bands on our smartphones. You often see Xiaomi as a start up and think maybe we don't have it as well-established technologies as some of our peer companies, but we have invested heavily into technologies over the years, and one of it is global bands. Well, last year when we launched Note 2 Global Edition, we supported 6 most and 37 bands. And this year, we went one step forward. Now we support 6 most and 43 bands. Well, that's your applause. Maybe you don't really understand the significance of 43 bands. But I still don't. I'm not sure that you really understand the significance of 43 bands. Well, actually, me too. I didn't know the difference between 43 and 37 bands now, but now we support the networks in 226 countries and regions around the world. So we basically support the network in all the countries and regions in the world. And now let's look at our peer companies. Well, iPhone 7 Plus in China support 37 bands, and Samsung S8 33, and Huawei P10 32. But for Xiaomi, we support almost all bands in the world. Well, we got 90, 95, and 98 points out of 100, and we also got 100 points from one of the viewers. Well, there is a lot of difference between these points. Well, we did all the tests in the laboratories for the global bands, but can the global bands really work on the ground? Well, in the past few months, our engineers went to almost 100 countries in the world to field test whether the phone can really support the local carrier network service. They went to Spain, Japan, France. They even went to the pyramid in the desert. What a hard job for the engineers. And when I was writing the PowerPoint, I was thinking, well, that's a really hard job. Maybe I should do it instead of the engineers. Or we should send our Mi fans to do the field test instead. And we'll probably have more and more volunteers who would like to sign up for the field test, and that's what I was thinking when I was working on my PowerPoint. There are a lot of interesting jobs in Xiaomi, even though they had to travel to 100 countries in a couple of months, but those countries seem very interesting, and many of them even I haven't been to. So it's really great journey to work in Xiaomi. So I can say with great pride that Xiaomi makes to provide global bands for our business professionals because it covers almost all carrier network services in the world. And also we have another good service which is called Global Network Accessibility. So when you travel abroad, you don't need to buy a local SIM card. We can give you a virtual SIM card. This service covers 68 countries and regions in the world, and the service is very affordable as well. And during the Golden Week in October, first week, the price is only 6.6 RMB every day and unlimited data. Okay, in Hong Kong is 5.5 RMB, Macau 6.6, Taiwan 6.6, and Thailand 5.5, Europe 5.5, and Australia 5.5 per day. So if you plan to travel during the Golden Week in October, please buy a Mix 2 phone and help us with the field test. And at the same time, you can feel the seamless internet accessibility on our phone. No rush.
然后呢，这个 Mix 2呢还用了4x4的MIMO天线。
We also have a 4x4 MIMO antenna. We support LTE 4 channel antenna technology, and we can give you very fast network access, and we also support multi-function NFC. I often joke that this is our family legacy because we started it 5 years ago, and in this industry we have been the groundbreaker because NFC can be used as a metro card and as a payment credit card, and so these are the technologies we have worked on over the years. Now we support high-speed tray mode, and we also support chipset level spoofing detection. So you see how much efforts we have made on communications technologies. And another function that I would like to mention here is very interesting because we know business professionals often use voice recorders to record meetings to help them with meeting minutes afterwards. But people who use recorders most are journalists. This time we used the professional audio recording technology MX2. It supports dual ADC HD audio recording. You can sit 4 meters away from the speaker, and the sound quality is as good as when you are sitting right next to the speaker. Well, first it helps with professionals who need to write the meeting minutes, and also this is a present to our friends from the press who have supported us along the way, and that helped them to record the interviews and meetings. And how good is it? Let's look at a video clip. You will be surprised. From our peer phones.
大家对它的技术一定是非常了解的。下面有位同事说一个它的重要功能点。
小米 Mix 2采用了18:9的定制屏幕，去掉了底部结构，完整的屏幕不切割。
小米 Mix 2采用双 ADC 高清录音，远处近处每个字都清晰。好，我们开会吧。小米 Mix 2是我们第2代全面屏手机。 大家对它的技术一定是非常了解了。下面有位同事说一个它的重要功能点。
小米 Mix 2采用了18:9的定制屏幕，去掉了。
小米 Mix 2采用双 ADC 高清录音，远处近处每个字都清晰。
怎么样？这个功能？
How do you like it?
所以呢，大家不要简单的评价对外。
Okay, so the best products don't always come from abroad. don't blindly follow foreign brands. Well, it's just a small function that we added to the Mi 2. We want to make sure that you have the best audio recording function here. And price. Well, last year, Mix was sold at 3,499 RMB. It had a 17:9 full screen display and the 4 gigabytes plus 128 gigabytes, 499 gigabytes, and the price mostly came from the cost of the full ceramic body. Well, and it was a concept phone. I think we had room for improvement, but our users really liked the price. They never complained about the price of Mix, and they said Mix is the only phone that people complained because it's not expensive enough. And that was the hottest comment that we received on social media, and they said Mix was not expensive enough for its performance. So yesterday I was thinking about how to price our Mix 2. Let's look at the summary of Mix to compare it with Mix 1. We have 18:9 screen and the best configurations. We have Snapdragon 835, starts with 6 GB RAM, and we have 4-axis optical image stabilization, support global LTE bands, and we have a 4x4 MIMO and 4-channel antenna technology, which means top performance you can see in the market. So we did some market survey about pricing, and some internet users said, I really hope that the price should be higher than 4,000 RMB because it's a good phone. It should be expensive. Well, we received a lot of different feedback from different users, and these suggestions actually show their understanding of Xiaomi's values, but their understanding is not the same as ours because we always want to manufacture the best phone with the best affordability. So we had a lot of discussions internally about the pricing. Well, last night we finally agreed to the price. Well, indeed, we can make it more expensive, but a friendly and affordable price is our commitment to Mi fans, because we always want to be the affordable brand that can reach the heart of every user, and that is our value proposition, and we will never stray away from what we believe in. And apart from the Mix 2, apart from this version, we have the 3,599 for 129 gigabytes and 3,999 for 256 gigabytes. You can see prices for different storage options. And because we have 4-sided curved ceramic body, the rigidity is quite high, so is the toughness, and also is anti-slippery. We also give as a complimentary present, which is a ultra slim protection case, and it's a present given for free. It's in the package. Apart from the full screen display technology, Xiaomi has been working hard on the mass production and application of the high-density ceramic manufacturing process, which is often seen as a family legacy of Xiaomi. Well, last year we launched Mix, which is equipped with full ceramic body. Well, how was that made? We made a 2.5D back case and a ceramic middle frame. And last year, the cost of these two pieces was 1,400 RMB. The price of the phone was 3,499, but the cost for these two pieces alone were as much as 1,400 RMB. So it was very challenging for us. But now we evolved the technology into four-sided ceramics. So now the ceramics themselves are curved. But what we truly want to bring to our users is to make a body with one single piece of highly dense ceramics. Just think about it. If you have one phone that is made of one single piece of ceramics, it will be as transparent and beautiful as a piece of jade.
It's really very hard. Today I'm going to introduce to you what we have been doing to present to you the final good result. Let's go and have a look at the full ceramic special edition of Xiaomi. By using a complete piece of ceramics, you are going to have the really superb product. It looks amazing. The name of the tech, actually within our company we had a heat discussion to name it. It looks very long in the beginning for ceramic body. Now we shorten down to unibody ceramic. I'm not a native speaker. I cannot give you a perfect term. I'm a Chinese, but I'm still failed to give you a good Chinese name. Unibody ceramic or unibody full ceramic will give you all the stories behind. Unibody, please, any of you, give me a good Chinese word. Now, please go back and have an even closer look. It's like a whole piece of jade. In white, astonishing. We are prototype and we have products for exhibition. Please join us after this presentation. The boys may prefer the unibody full ceramic products in white, in black. Beautiful, isn't it? It's really going beyond languages. It's like a perfect jade from the heaven. It's an art piece, more than a commodity. Behind all those gorgeous products, we have to go through ups and downs. Here are all the difficulties we overcome. For each unibody for ceramic is going to go through 1,700 Celsius sintering within 7 days. Even we are sporting a grazing, we will raise the whole batch. How could a piece of grazing come about? We know that ceramic has strong density. During sintering, without a proper density, it will create cracking, crazing, different types of problems. Even a small hole looks like a ghost. It takes us a lot of time and energy until we could figure out. The secret behind is now listed on the slide. We are using the dry pressing technology to increase the density by using a 2-tower height equipment with 240 tons. We made it happen. It looks beyond your imagination. The density is pretty high in order to prevent the cracks or the creasing. Even by using this high tech, we do not have a lot of good products. The next is we're using the precisely crafted silicon carbide, and we have to use the great drill. The drill is made up of silicon carbide. Every 0.01 millimeter is precisely crafted. During the processing, after we are finishing one piece of the uni piece, we are going to change for a new drill. 7 days is the duration. On that, we're going to have a 10-hour polish until we have the product. And we have the fourth test. It's not that easy. It's really hard. It's going beyond your expectation and imagination. And now, price. Let's go back, have a look at the parameters of configurations compared to the typical one. We have two major parts. The first is a unibody full ceramic body. It's really expensive. The second is the 8GB Super RAM. It's artwork. We had fierce discussion on the pricing. For the high cost, after rounds of calculation and discussion, we drew the conclusion. And I'm going to hear your feedback. We want to be the craftsman, and we are benchmarking with the top products. With the only purpose is to lower the price to have a wide range of presence. We want to reach out consumers as many as possible. Everyone from the whole market could enjoy the beauty of the new technologies. Now here is a unibody product, not just for you. It is a product, it is a smartphone in the future. It contains 18:9 screen display, full-sided curved ceramic body. Mr. Philip Stark is invited to finish the design. He is a top and recognized industrial designer. We know he's a master. Now, a piece of video from Philip.
Real creativity, deep creativity, sometimes surprising, create the next standard, always.
Mix 的全面屏呢，突破了16:9的限制。去年的 Mix 1代呢，我们突破到17:9，今年我们进一步进化到18:9。
It's natural vision. It's also the natural frame of life. It's even the frame, the proportion of Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci, masterpiece.
我们在屏幕的视野和手机的握感中呢，取得了一个最佳的平衡。
It's a paradox. We have a wider screen, a bigger screen, but a smaller body. It's incredible.
我们思考的逻辑是未来世界该怎么发展，我们怎么通过不断的科技创新去突破现有的一些限制， 来实现一个更完美的体验。
It's sometimes strange but good to take time to make the perfection. Just 7 days to create perfection.
我们终于梦想成真，做成了Unibody全陶瓷。
We are at the ultimate of dematerialization. Just removing a 0.1 millimeter seam in the new Mix 2 make it just magic. The purity of design of Unibody ceramic give us the feeling of a smooth purity of jade, the serenity of jade, quiet like a jade.
整个屏幕呢浮在玉上面，这呢就是我们想要的完美的感受。
The same fullness than the Chinese philosophy and also the same value than the next word. Why? It's because it's just more friendly.
835的处理器，8GB 的内存，全球频段，采用了小米6的主相机，4轴光学防抖，另外再加上导音式的微听筒，18:9的全面屏，Unibody 的全陶瓷，这些加在一起呢，使整个 Mix 2呢成了最强悍的小米手机。
We create the most powerful smartphone in the world. For now, we just create the absolute perfection.
我曾经说过，小米永远要做米粉心中最酷的公司。我们理解的酷，就是要不断的做出像小米 Mix 2这样独特的产品。小米 Mix 2呢是
Mix 2 is designed by Master Philip Stark. After his work, he gave us the recognition. Mix is a nearly perfect smartphone. Today, we're very honored to invite Mr. Philip Stark on the stage. Now let's welcome him.
Hello. Not to see. Are you okay?
I am okay, but the most important, are you okay?
OK， 我想代表大家呢问飞利浦2个问
On
题啊。
behalf of all the audiences outside, I have 2 questions for you. The first question is,
Mix 2呢是它和小米
Mix 2
第二个作品，它
is
是
the second product of partnership with Mr. Philip Stark.
The first one is, this is your second time of cooperation with Xiaomi, and how do you feel about it?
I feel very well, I feel very comfortable, because I have the deep feeling to work with the best company.
我这次感觉是非常好，然后非常舒服。小米是一个非常好的公司，然后可以继续合作。
The best company is a company who try to work a lot to give you the best, to give the best to everybody.
最好的公司才能给大家最好的产品，然后最好的技术。
That's why it's true. That's why human intelligence always try to give the best with the less. That means giving the best, the most powerful, the most faster, the most intelligent with the less materiality.
因为是最好的作品，所以呢，我们会有更多的设计。那在这一方面呢，我们是想把这个最强大，然后最智能、最好的产品，然后给它以最少的这个物质化、去物质化的方式呈现出来。
It's done. It's done. It's smaller, but it's wider. it's more intelligent, it's better for everything, for everybody.
这已经是我最好的设计了，已经达到我设计的巅峰。有这么大的屏幕，但是呢更小的机身，让你这个手和手机的这种持握感觉更好。
The full screen, 18 by 9, is not an evolution. It's an addition, plus addition, plus addition of evolution that make a revolution.
18:9的全面屏呢，其实不是一个进化，是一个变革。变革呢是属于这个不断进化的一个叠加，所以我们今天呈现这样的产品。
Because 18 by 9, it's natural, it's human, it's our real proportion of landscape.
因为18:9这个比例呢是更加贴合自然的一个比例，让人们去在使用它的时候会感觉更加舒适。
That's why we can start to speak about harmony.
这个是为什么我们可以讲到这个手机呢是很和谐的，很完美的一款手机。
Harmony for the eyes.
和谐呢是贴近你的一个视觉上的一个效果。
Harmony for the ears with a new quality of sound.
和谐也是体现在你的耳朵和这么好的这个听筒设计上的一个表现。
And harmony for the spirit and for the hand with a unibody ceramic.
另外一种最重要的体现，和谐的体现呢，就是这个unibody 的全陶瓷的一体化机身。
When you feel it, it's magic.
当你感觉到它这个手机握在手的时候，它是一个魔法。
It's magic like an old Chinese jade, a type of serenity.
这个魔法就像这个所有中国远古时代的这个古代哲学，就像一块玉一样，你握在手里。
And you know, in a society where everything goes so fast.
在现实生活中呢，做任何事情是非常快的。
It's good to take 7 days to polish it.
所以呢，做一款陶瓷的话，用7天来烧制它，来完成它，是非常好的、非常不容易的一件事情。
7 days to guarantee you the absolute quality.
用7天的时间创造完美。
7 days to guarantee you the perfection.
用7天的时间给你最好的手机，更完美的手机。
All this make me a big problem. The big problem for the next. What will be the next? Because this one is the peak of intelligence. This one is the ultimate.
所有的努力都是为了做最好的产品，给大家更进步的、更伟大的产品。
But you can trust her. You can trust us. You can trust him. We shall always find better and better and better to find the best.
你们可以信任我们，然后可以信任雷总，我们会创作更多更好的产品。
谢谢。我还有一个小问题。
Another question that I have.
Stark 呢跟我们小米合作了2代的产品，跟我们公司的很多工程师和设计师很熟。你怎么看我们小米？
And just a good friend with our engineers and designers.
You have been working with us since like 2 years ago, and how you feel about our engineer team and our product team?
You know, a product like that cannot be the design of only one person. It's the result of a team.
任何一个产品的设计呢，不是由一个人来完成的，都是由一个团队来完成的。
I work with many companies. I work with the best company of the world.
我跟很多的公司合作过，也跟世界上最好的公司合作过。
But I can guarantee you, the best engineers are in Xiaomi. The best designers are in Xiaomi. It's true.
大家都听懂了，斯塔克先生说：“我可以向你们保证，全世界最好的公司、最好的团队、最好的工程师就在小米。”
And I have to thank them. I have to thank you because without you, without us, this miracle is not possible.
所以没有大家的努力，然后没有雷总的引领，所有的这些所做的产品是不可能实现的。
But the biggest surprise was I know Li Jun is a fantastic engineer.
我其实知道雷军呢是一个工程师。
I know he's an incredible guy of marketing with a vision.
我知道他是一个非常有这个远见的一个做市场的一个专业人士。
But he's also a design genius.
但是他确实是一个设计天才。
And it's a problem for me.
这对我是一个挑战。
Because finally, he's better than me.
我知道斯大概是在恭维我，但是我听上去还是挺舒服的。Okay, very much thank you. Take a picture.
Sounds really nice to the ears. Okay.
With pleasure.
把屏幕。
Ay, Dios, pero qué vergüenza. Esto me da vergüenza ajena.
Yes.
Oh,
Diablo, pero qué vergüenza esta vaina.
Okay. OK， 我让你们再看一下，好不好？
Take another look. The back? Okay, very exquisite back.
跟这么远肯定会摔碎的。
And I can't throw it to you. It will break. Okay, once again, thank you very much, Mr. Philip Stark.
OK， 这款手机的话呢，待会呢我们在外面有展示，大家仔细看。
We have an exhibition outside the stadium, and you can go and take a look of these phones that we launched today. So that's the launch of Mix 2, and another star of the day, Note 3. Yes, you're right. So this year in April, we launched Mi 6, which was well received in the market and still greatly demanded by the market. And people often say that it's picture perfect, and it's some users complain it's hard to buy it because there's not enough supply, and they also say it would be better if the screen is larger, and that is why this time we launch a Mi 6, which is much larger than the previous model, and it has a 5.15 inch and 5.5. The previous one is 5.15 and this one is 5.5 inch, and it's made of a dreamy four-sided curved display and has metal frame and flat dual camera with a very slim body. It's beautiful. And people often say that Mi 6 is really beautiful, and this is a larger Mi 6. And the favorite color for our male users said black, and we have four-sided black glass, and it looks seamless. And when we designed the phone, we used ultra narrow size. Well, iPhone 7 has 3.7 millimeter of size, but for us, ours is only 3.6 milliliters, and the chin is much smaller as well. And compared to Mix 2 and iPhone 7, the phone itself is one size smaller, but the hand feel is excellent. So if you like smaller screens, then go for Mi 6. If you like larger screen, then Mi Note 3 is your series aluminum alloy frame. So why 7 series aluminum alloy? Well, for Mi 6 we used stainless steel, but now we use the 7 series aluminum alloy. So why? Well, over the years, we are manufacturing with metal in industry, and then there are three mainstream materials. First is 6 series aluminium, which is also used in some of our products, but there is a problem with the 6 series. It's easy to manufacture and it has a very nice appearance, but the rigidity and toughness is the problem. That is why now we replace that with 7 series, which is more difficult in manufacturing and higher in cost. But we are a team of engineers and designers. iPhone 4 used stainless steel, and so we think we can also design with stainless steel. That's why with the Mi S4 we used stainless steel, but we had a disaster with the supply of materials. A few years later, we thought it would be okay for us to use stainless steel in Mi 6, but there were a lot of complications in supply, including not enough supply from Snapdragon 835 and insufficient supply of stainless steel. Well, when stainless steel is used with four-sided curved ceramics and glass bodies, very difficult to make the round corners. Well, our goal is to have a side of only 0.1 millimeter, and that is very difficult. And now we want to make sure that the quality is not compromised because of manufacturing. So that posed a lot of challenges for us. And against that backdrop, when we designed Note 3, we decided to make sure there are always sufficient stock for the users. We want to deliver products to the users, and so that has been our priority over the past few months. So after careful deliberations, we decided to go with 7 series aluminum alloy. It is much easier than stainless steel and much better in quality compared to Series 6. We see that Oppo R11, Huawei P10 use 6 series, and Xiaomi 6 use stainless steel, and iPhone 7 Plus and Mi Note 3 use 7 series aluminum alloy. Well, it's easier to manufacture compared to stainless steel, and also it's lighter and tougher. So that's why we made a balanced choice considering the toughness, rigidity, and supply and stock. And we have a 3,500 mAh of battery, and compared with iPhone 7 Plus is 25 grams lighter. So then hand feel, the size, the weight are all very excellent. And later when you go to the exhibition outside, please try to feel it and feel the outstanding feeling in your hand. So that is a Mi Note 3. And also for the camera, we use the same dual camera modules as was used in Mi 6. So we have a 12 megapixel wide angle, 12 megapixel telephoto, and the same technology as Apple. We have twice optical zoom, and it offers very good camera photos even in dim light as well as blurred backgrounds, and we have 4-axis OIS technology. And so the hardware of Note 3 is absolutely the same as Mi 6 hardware-wise. And so now let's look at the reviews we have received. Well, in June this year, we asked the Naturalization Authority for a survey, and lots of photos were taken with the Huawei P10 and iPhone 7 Plus and Mi Note 3. So for the same scenes, the 3 phone models would take photos, and the photos will be uploaded to a platform for users to choose which one they like the best. Well, actually, 63% of users chose pictures taken by Mi 6, which means Mi 6 had better performance of photography. And after half year of recalibration and upgradation of the algorithms, the cameras of Mi Note 3 is even better, and I would like to give you a detail.
We provide the more accurate edge detection, and will provide you even better blurred background or the bokeh background. We know that we need to provide you good comparison. Now we're going to find out which photo is taken by us, which photos by our competitors. If we zoom large, Note 3 will give you better facial expression, better feelings, and better face complexity. We know that the difficulty in the camera is more about your personal feeling, and you don't have the exact parameters to calculate the figures. Each brand takes it for granted we did best. But now we are hiring around 100 professional photographers to do the blind test. 100 professional photographers under 5px were invited. They did a voting. 72% of the professionals did say we did best. Note 3. We're high on the rating. We're moving from 63% to 72% within 6 months. We did it very fast with great result. Xiaomi 6 will be receiving all the optimization of the hardware. We are changing tuning and algorithm. But still, a little problem is facing us. Xiaomi 6 is giving us the slogan of we are using the dual camera with optical camera, and we are having the slogan of improved dual camera algorithm with person perfect, with picture perfect, but now we're using even more perfect. However, this slogan was not allowed by the law of the commercials. I will give you my new version, as the previous one was not allowed. By using Note 3, the person who is in the photo looks more beautiful. It's amazing. I did appreciate it. But still changed and optimized the tuning and the camera. I like it. I'm not native speaker English, but I'm really good at Chinese. The person who's in the photo looks more beautiful with Note 3. We elaborated on the strengths of Note 3. I will give you some of the samples. Here comes a street photo in Taipei, quite natural. and we are targeting the specialized digital camera. In the Central Park of New York, you can distinguish the differences in the past, but now it's really an arduous task to tell the differences. We went to Venice Movie Festival. We take some photos for some stars. The lady, Madame Lu Jinshan, in the warfare too. Qi Wei in the movie Crash. Madame Jing Chen. He's a young star. The Chinese ambassador of Focus, Madame Xu Jiao, she went to and became the cast of the number 7 of the Yangtze River. How to find the quality of the photo, the performance of our Note 3. Now here comes the configurations of the Note 3. We are using the Snapdragon 616 and we're using Quantum high-end processor. We know that our competitors are also using this with good performance. We are using the 14nm technology octa-core processor. Here comes the standardized 6GB RAM. At this moment, 6GB RAM will bewilder you, but we all know as a professional. Within the last year, the cost of the RAM is skyrocketing. In this Q4, the cost will be increasing as well, and it will be maintained even in the Q1 of 2018. Now we are using 6GB RAM, and we are a good company with great corporation responsibility. By using the 5.5 eye protection screen, it is our heritage to use 5.5-inch screen. Over the past 5 to 6 years, they were using different types of technologies, such as a negative LCD comparison and the Blu-ray eye protection screen, the one night super dark screen, and 4096 smart backlit modification. We hired a team to this specifically, and each of the technology has been worked out year after year. This is a multifunctional NFC. We did use it for the past 5 years, and we made advances. It supported the card, the transportation multiple in one card. All the transportation cards are getting standardized as long as you have one, as it supports the multiple card in one. Note 3 Mix 2, Xiaomi 6 will be giving you a great scan. Previously, we did support different types of transportation cars, back cars, and etc. The multifunctional NFC is moving ahead with its support to the transportation card. And here comes stereo speaker. Xiaomi Note 3 could be recognized as a bigger screen Xiaomi 6. It looks really amazing. We know that we're in an era where people do like things perfect and beautiful. The beautiful faces will be recognized by our smartphones as well. And here is one function, the face unlocking, the facial recognition. This is an AI-based facial recognition. Over the past 2 to 3 years, we made great stride forward. It's quite safe with efficiency. In Xiaomi Note 3, we did launch this tag. Take it. It will turn it on with sex. a try. Let's find out speed. You take it in front of your face and your smartphone could be working. We did a test. It is as fast as the fingerprint unlocking. However, we need extra move to put your finger on the spot. Facial unlock is quite special when your hands are wet. We know that some persons have really shallow fingerprint, hard to be recognized by the smartphone. When you are washing your hands or when your hands are wet, it's really hard for the smartphones to do this. Now, you are having the wet hands, you will fail. It does not work. On other occasion, in the autumn time, it's really good, but in the winter time, we have a special gloves in the name of the touchpad gloves. By wearing the gloves, you are going to use the smartphones. But still, it looks awkward because the gloves will not help you to turn on your smartphone. Let's have a look. We're not going to use a fingerprint anymore. But by our smartphone, just stay close with our smartphone by your facial expressions. In Xiaomi Note 3, we did improvements on taking the selfie. We support 60 million front cameras. Any advantages from this side in the daytime? The selfies will make you look quite clear. In the evening, the selfies will help you to reduce the noises, and this is a 4-in-1 2 unimeter pixels with limited numbers of noise. The 60 million pixel in the daytime will be having 400 composition pixel. 3 years ago, when Note 1 was launched, we are using 2 UMI composite big pixel with good effects. But at that moment, we are just having 4 million, but our competitors was given 60 million, but actually the 400 million we have were giving the customer better experience with higher cost. It's about marketing. Actually, we are targeting the 6 million pixels with 2 UMI camera. It's not only about pixels. 5 million, 8 million, 12 million, and 30 million. More importantly, we have to understand the size of each of the pixel. It will impact the quality of the photo. In Note 3, we're using 60 million pixels, while in the daytime we have the 4 million composite pixels in 2 UMI. And here comes the comparison between us and iPhone. Now, let's forget it. The selfie of iPhone was not that good. The domestic products is outperforming that of iPhone. Hardware is on one hand for smartphone. The other part is the tuning software, and we did a lot to improve the function of the beautification. This is the typical beautification result. Radical toning, radical smoothing. It looks quite blurred. At the end of last year, we did raise up a question. Are we going to take the job as a makeup professional to give you detailed and personalized makeup? It's really a complex side for all the steps to finish the makeup. We know this. Perhaps some of us know part of this. We know part of the steps. We know the lipsticks. We know the eyelash pen. We know that the facial masks. When I prepare the slides, I get something new. Have you ever heard the BB or the CC lotion? Or have you ever heard of the concealer? Step by step, I'm not going to read out all the names. Yesterday, I asked the help of several experts, but we are missing the eyeliner. But eyeliner is not included. We have at least 12 steps. We could go longer. As a technician, it's going to have us exhausted. Let us have AI beautification or adaptive beautification. Let the robots to learn. Let our smartphone become your personalized professional to have the makeup. We spent half a year to hit our objective. Now this is a primer. Why are you going to have this step? AI is going to identify different colors, and we are going to improve your complexion based on your status and going to develop different algorithms. And what about the function of the primer?
She's a bit yellowish, so she needs a purple primer. And for the lady in the middle whose skin is more pinkish, then she needs a green primer, and the lady to the right needs a natural complexion. Well, take a look. They all look prettier. So primer is very important. That's the moral behind the story. It helps to correct the complexion. And the second step, foundation. And for guys, it's like just adding powder to the face, but that's not it. It's not that simple. So first of all, you need to separate the face into different sections. There is the T section, and there is the cheekbones and the chin, and that's the best application for AI. So the TI can analyze for the T section around the eyebrows and the nose bridge. It needs less glossy lights, and then it helps to remove the dark bags. And the algorithm is so strong that it can remove the dark bags while at the same time keeping the lying silkworms. Do you know what lying silkworms are? So look at the traditional smoothing to the left, and look at ours. After it removes the dark circles, it actually keeps the lying silkworms, which is the symbol of beauty and also concealers. We have the concealer function in the Beautify cameras. So the software helps to conceal the acne and pimples on the skin while keeping the details of eyebrows. And also for some local areas in the face, it helps to whitening and brightening the skin. So the skin will look very moisturized. And lots of Beautify cameras only focus on the face and forget the necks, and then it looks very strange. And our Beautify camera beautifies both the face and the neck. And we are attentive to details. For example, you can change the color of the iris as if you're wearing colored contact lenses. And also it has the function of adding lip glosses, lipsticks, while keeping the natural lines on the lips. And also for the thinning effects, we first establish a 3D model of the bone structure and set up 226 bone points, and then thin and slim the chin line naturally. And the face, after being beautified, wouldn't look artificial or triangular. And look at our effect to the right. It looks very natural, but the one to the left looks a bit triangular. So We did a lot of research into the beautifying function of the camera, and Robin Drew is the chief designer in our company. And he ranks the third in terms of handsomeness in our company. And after he put his photo into the beautiful camera, this is how he looks. And I was joking with him that you're so beautiful that your mom can't even recognize you now. So that's what a beautifying camera does to a guy. And that's the result of our half a year of efforts. So I realized the algorithm for a guy and a girl should be separate. That's why we came up with beautifying camera for guys. And first of all, for the bone structure, it needs to be more three-dimensional, and it needs to have the heart, have manly lines around the chin, and also the details of the beard or mustache should be kept. Only in that way will guys look natural after being beautified with the camera. And we have a video clip to introduce to you of our beautified camera. Some samples taken by our beautified cameras. Lu Jingshan, actress from War Wolf 2. It's like the photo is retouched. And Jingshan, a selfie from Venice. Xu Jiao, selfie from Venice. I was very excited to see our effects because it was far beyond what I had expected. So how did we come up with the AI beautify camera? Well, last year we established a badass team, and they are cross-disciplinary, and some of them have background in products, some in hardware and software, camera, algorithm, artificial intelligence, and design, and other sectors. So it is definitely the most badass team we have in Xiaomi, and they're really professional, and it is precisely due to the close collaboration between different departments and teams that we have achieved the AI algorithm for the beautify camera, because the camera involves expertise in different disciplines, and they also need to learn how to do makeups. So we got the most professional makeup artists to train them, and the artists from Dongtian, which is a top fashion brand in China. And that's one of the perks we provide our employees. So how did they work around the AI for beauty camera? Well, every day, 100 million photos are taken by me users. And after we receive the photos, what we do is to hire a photo retoucher, a very famous one who usually works for celebrities, and he then retouched all the photos that were taken by our users. And this retoucher and the photo actually worked for Chen Man's studio. He has been working on photos of celebrities for many years. Only when we have professional retouchers like him can we best improve our technology. So I think we definitely are the industry leader when it comes to beautify camera in the world. And now let's hear from the team how they feel about working on the beautify camera based on AI technology. Well, every year photos taken by Mi phones are over 100 million. Most of them are portraits. So last year we set a goal, which was to make a phone that can take best photos, especially best portraits. Optical zoom dual camera. We are a company that are constantly exploring, and we use optical zoom with dual cameras. Well, we need to solve a lot of problems. We went to the US and co-developed with Qualcomm for 3 months, and we overcame all the difficulties. And the difficult part is that we have telecamera, and we want to make sure that it doesn't pop out. And Xiaomi is the first company that can have 4-axis OIS on a smartphone, and we have an anti-shaking motor, and we optimized 0.1 millimeter to 0.1 millimeter. And in the end, we installed optical zoom-based dual camera, and the whole phone is a sleek surface, nothing pops out. And the recalibration of the hardware shows the standards of the phone. Well, I took photos in Beijing at different times of the day, and behind every photo there are tens of millions of pixels, and we optimized and retouched pixel after pixel. That was hard work, but good photos came from such kind of retouching. Well, front cameras are closest to our users. I keep thinking that maybe we should start from cameras that are closest to the users and make sure they are the best. And people look different. The difficult part is how to make sure everybody looks the best, and we used artificial intelligence, and we have 226 bone tracking points on the face, and we established 3D models before photos taken. And the AI will analyze your face and recognize your gender, age, your bone structure, and whether what you have in your eye is the dark circle or the lying silkworm, and whatever and however your face looks, the AI will adapt to the beautify function to your face, so it's adaptable. And we did something really amazing once. We introduced the best team from over in China to help us with makeup training. Well, think about it. We are programmers, and now we have to pick up eyebrow pencils, eyeliners, and put makeup on each other. And so when we were doing the blind testing, some users said, after I take photo with the beautify camera of your phone, I feel like I just did a facial mask, and I'm really proud that I made the camera. So, but the users have the final say as to whether or not the cameras are good. But it's very difficult to interpret beauty because everyone is different. But we start step by step, and it takes at least 1 or 2 or even 3 years to make sure the hardware is ready. And every day we take there are 100 million photos taken by our phones. If they like the photos, then we receive 100 million comments. If they don't like the photos, we receive 100 million critics. So it's a great journey, and we feel great sense of achievement when we see the smiles from our users. So the AI-based beautify camera is much more complicated than it looks, but this time we're determined that the AI beautify camera must be top of the art, and that is why we have invested so much, and the result, which is very gorgeous. And for such a gorgeous phone, we need a gorgeous spokesperson. So in the end, we decided to invite Chris Wu as our spokesperson, and on Weibo, the Chinese microblog, I saw that and they are they really welcome the launch of the phone. But Chris Wu is now on a business trip in the US. That's why he can't be here today, but he has a video message for us.
我们再一起看一下宣传海报怎么样
The poster. Do you like it?
这是最后我们市场部没用我的创意
Our marketing department didn't take my suggestion. So this is our slogan, which is beautiful selfie and prettier portraits. And so Chris Wu took millions of great selfies and photos with our smartphone.
这个
I do adore this slogan, especially the period. The special period.
最后呢我们也决定选这一张
So we decided to take this photo to be our
街的
main
宣传海报
poster for a roadshow.
这个也请吴亦凡呢专门拍的
Chris Wu is also working with us to
自
shoot
拍
this
美还是
video.
拍人更美？
Are you going to take selfie, or are you going to believe that you are going to take a beautiful photo?
小米 Note 3
Xiaomi Note 3
1600
with
自拍，
16
拍出
million
清晰
pixels
自然
will be giving you clarified, natural, and gorgeous results.
2倍变焦双摄，
And
梦
we
幻
have
版的
the
背景虚
double
化。
dual camera with
小米
optical
Note 3自拍美，拍人
choices,
更美。
and we're going to have great selfies as well as good photos.
帮我再播一遍只有30秒帮我再播一遍
It's like 30 seconds, and we're going to replay it. Are you going to have a great result of the selfies and taking photos?
小米 Note 3
Xiaomi Note 3
1600万美颜
with
自拍，
60
拍出
million
清晰
pixels
自
will
然。
give you clarified, natural, and gorgeous photos.
2倍变焦双摄，梦幻版的背景虚
We
化。
have the dual camera with optical zoom.
小米 Note
They're
3
going to give you the
自拍
dreamlike
拍人更美。
photos.
最后一个环节是
The last round is also about the revelation of the price.
再回顾一下小米 Note
Let's go
3
back
它是
and
大
to see all the figurations.
小米6
And it is a bigger Xiaomi 6
1600万的
with
美颜跟链接
the 16 million pixel AI beautification function, IR blaster, facial recognition, unlocking stereo speakers, 5.5 display with reading mode, under-glass fingerprint sensor. Again, the dual camera with optical zoom, the snapshot, the Snapdragon, and 6GB RAM, the 7 series aluminum alloy metal frame and full-sided curved glass body.
要比吗
Now let's do a
上
comparison.
面挑一款
I'll choose one.
我觉得小米 Note 3配置高在第一个是6GB 内存器
Now we have the 6GB RAM. As long as we know that the cost of the memory is pretty high, The second advantage lies in the camera. Again, we have the dual camera with optical zoom, and we have the NFC as well as the four-sided curved body, glass body. Their price is 2,909, and we are at 2,499. It's worthwhile. Now the memory is really skyrocketing, and we could maintain the retail price. We have three options for you: 6GB plus 46GB light black and 4G 12GB light black. They priced at 2,499 and 2,899 respectively. The most expensive one is 2,999. It's really handsome. But I'm not a fan of the red color. Which one do you prefer? The blue one and the red one? Red one. Oh, you prefer the one I did the photo. Perhaps next time I will be the spokesperson. The reason is I'm more expensive. The marketing department failed to pay me, so I decided to ask Chris Wu to take my place. Now here comes the most suffering period. Opening purchase. It's been for the past 6 to 7 years since I did Xiaomi. Prior I did this, I have good reputation in the market. Ever since I did the job, I was blamed, I was criticized for the reason of open purchase. And the microblog, this photo was very popular. I'm the big brother. I'm a tough person with limited choices of the products. 2 days ago, I did a survey on the pricing 4,000 above. And among the almost 1,000 audiences, 2 made a comment: you give me the product right now. I did apology to all of you. We are a company of no more than 7 years of the history. It is a startup company. We need to prepare a lot of inventory, but it's really hard for us to do this. Before the launch, only Apple and Samsung could do 10 million units in inventory, but we did make progress continuously. We are not doing this so-called hungry sales. Over the previous years, we are not that strong in manufacturing or holding the smartphones. Yesterday, we took photo in our warehouse. Probably, it will run out of sales immediately, but in the past 6 years, we did make progress. I do appreciate all the support from the hardware development department. One of the officials, Mr. Yan, is with me. I do appreciate his support, and Vice President Mr. Zhang Feng from the supply chain is also worth my respect. Such a big number of inventory is materialized for their support. In the morning of 10th September, they did give me the number. Not very big, but they filled these storehouses. Xiaomi Note 3 will be for purchase tomorrow. Tomorrow, you'll be having the smartphone. 8 o'clock in the evening, you're going to take at most 1 unit. 8 o'clock in the evening, if you are lucky enough to log on our website, in the 2 o'clock of tomorrow's afternoon, you'll have it. Some information for Mix 2. Mix 2 is a full-screen display 2.0 disruptive technologies, get new involvement. It's over-bar screen and it's for the global band. It's really expensive. It's Mix 2. For the first launch Friday, this Friday. On September 15th, in the morning of 10 o'clock, it's going to start sales, and in this evening, 8 o'clock, we take your order. Also, the same rule, 1 person, 1 unit. Xiaomi Mix 2, the special edition, will be launched in this November. I do hope that the better the product, the later it will come. It's worthwhile you're waiting. Now, as the last part of my presentation, I'm going to give you some of the gifts and souvenirs. Mija, thank you to be our sponsor for a long while. The first gift, Mija, we have finely crafted the scroll toolkit. It's your great companion whether you are staying home or go for traveling. For a technician, it's really finely crafted scroll. At the price of 99, Weha is a brand. It is made in Germany, and we could say it is a luxury brand among the scroll plate. And we are providing the aluminum alloy container, 24 Weha drillers, and great aluminum alloy handles. It is a Rolls Royce, the luxury car brand. The second gift, major eye health parameter, is for non-contact purpose. It was born for detecting the fever. If you are developing fever, please take our product. Eye Health Major Barometer is also your daily companion, be you are at home or go away. Place it in the mid of your forehead. The result will be collected. They are really outstanding, and I do appreciate their sponsorship. Okay, let's go back and walk through the 3 products. Xiaomi Mix 2, Xiaomi Note 3, and Xiaomi Mix 2. And Xiaomi Pro, the notebook, and we have the exhibition area at the corridor. At the end of this presentation, please join us and have a closer look. If you do like it, please help us to send photos in the friend circle of the WeChat. Thank you very much for attending us. Now, we are done.
本次发布会到这里就全部结束了，感谢大家的
Now we
参
are
与。
going to conclude our launch conference. Please leave by order at the square. We have the exhibition area. You could have a closer look and have a try for the 3 new products. Please join us. And you could take all the gift box at the reception. Please enjoy your stay.
Bueno, ya creo que se ha terminado oficialmente la conferencia de Xiaomi, que ya como vimos se ha presentado oficialmente el Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 y el Xiaomi Mi Note 3. Ahora es cuestión de que en el canal se presenten oficialmente sus características, que esto lo veremos en los próximos días. Así que espero que les haya gustado esta presentación. Y sabe que después de dar su gran like, suscribirse al canal y seguirnos en nuestras plataformas sociales, que estamos en Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Telegram y ahora en Snapchat. Y ahora mismo porque nos veremos en la próxima. Y por si acaso, no se debe preocupar, la presentación se resubirá después de haber terminado esta transmisión. Nos vemos en la próxima.